from Santulan Yoga. Today's class is exploring the spring equinox. So with this class, we're thinking about growth and sprouting and rising up from the cold dead of winter and growing our leaves out nice and tall and reaching our bodies up and out and into the start of a new season. So we'll start just by sitting here in a comfortable seat. You can have your legs crossed or however feels comfortable. And we'll just start with our upper body. So bring our arms up to shoulder height. We'll rotate the palms of the hands, palms facing upwards. And we'll bring the fingertips to touch the shoulders. Inhale, reaching the forearms away. Exhale, bring the fingertips to touch the shoulders. Just with your own breathing and your own timing. Once more. Keeping the right hand on the shoulder, bring the left hand onto the elbow, and we'll just start to rotate through the arm. So focusing the rotation from the elbow, just warming up that elbow joint. Do a couple in one direction and then switch directions. And switching sides, left elbow this time, just rotating through that elbow. And going the other way. Pausing there, bring the fingertips back to the shoulders. As you inhale, reach the arms up alongside the head, bring the palms together if you can. And exhale, bring the hands and the fingers back down to the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. All right, turning to the side now. Extend the legs wherever you are. Bend through the right knee. We'll draw the right knee in. And extend the lower leg away. So inhale as we extend, exhale as we bend. So just focusing your attention on the joints here, just observing how the joints are feeling. Once more this side. And switching sides, so left leg this time, bend the knee in, draw the knee and the heel in, and extend the lower leg. Exhale, bending, inhale, extending. Once more. All right, making very soft fists with the hands. We'll bring those fists up to the shoulders. As we inhale, Bring the arms up alongside the head. As you exhale, we'll reach those arms forward towards the feet, hinging at the hips. Then we'll bring those hands, those fists back along the legs to the hips, and then back up to the shoulders. So we're doing a sort of a rowing motion. So again, inhale as we come up. Exhale as we fold forward. Once more this way. And then we'll go in reverse. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. And lean as far back as you wish, or as little as you wish. Warming up the core of the body. Once more. And releasing the hands. Come back into a comfortable seat with the legs in Sukhasana, if that's comfortable. Bring the hands on top of the knees. And this time, as we inhale, just bringing the body forward, lifting the head, looking up. And as we exhale, rounding through the spine, dropping back into the back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, rounding. Inhaling. Exhaling. Once more like this. And coming back to center. And this time we'll rotate through the spine. So come forward and over to the right knee, over to the left, and then back. Inhale as we come forward, exhale as we come back. Once more this way. Then go in reverse, so towards the left knee, then towards the right, and then back. Once more this way. And coming back to the center. Releasing the legs. And just coming up on top of the shins. And kneeling. As we inhale, bring the arms up alongside the head. As we exhale, hinge from the hips, and we'll release our bottom down to our heels. And release our hands and our chest down to the floor. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale once more. And exhale, folding forward. Pausing here for a moment, letting the arms reach away from the body, get a bit of a stretch through the shoulders. And one more breath. And on your next inhale, looking forward to the hands, pressing yourself back up to a tabletop position. And we'll just release our tummy down to the mat, however you want to get there. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the chest and the chin down to the mat. Roll those shoulder blades back and down onto the back. And when you're ready, as we inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest, just as high up as feels comfortable for you. So you can just stay down here a little bit lower. You can go maybe midway, or you can go all the way up. Just depends on how you're feeling today. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, lowering back down. Now you can keep your hands here if you like, or you can bring the hands back so that they're more alongside the armpits. Elbows will now be up off the mat. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. When you're ready, squeezing the elbows in, lifting the head, lifting the chest. Press into the hands, start lifting the body up a little bit more. Again, just to a level that you feel comfortable, but stay nice and heavy through the hips. Squeeze the bottom a little this time to protect the lower back. Roll those shoulder blades back and down again onto the back, staying nice and open through the chest.
The spring equinox is the time of perfect balance between light and dark. It marks the triumph of light over darkness and is the harbinger of the growth to come. This sense of awakening to the new can bring a fresh perspective to your classes and your own practice. This is the season of hope and renewal.
And with control, lower down, squeeze those elbows into the ribs. As slow as you can. Coming back down to the mat. Now you can keep your hands there again, or you can bring the hands back once more, just to waist height, or you can stay at that second level or at the first level, whichever you prefer. Roll those shoulder blades back and down again onto the back. Inhale with control, squeeze the elbows in, lift the head and the chest, pressing into the hands, lifting the body up, roll those shoulder blades back and down onto the back. Find a spot on the wall to focus on. Take a few breaths here and just notice where you're feeling it in the body, staying nice and heavy through the hips.
As the day's balance shifts from dark to light and the growing season begins, what seeds would you like to plant and see develop over the next few months? Set an intention around nurturing this vision and let it inform your practice.
One more breath. And with control, slowly start to lower down. the hips, lower abdomen, belly button, upper abdomen, lower ribs, mid-chest, upper chest, until the chin touches the mat. Release the head, release the arms. Just pause here for a moment. Let the body relax.
Be sure all your growth is matched with groundedness. The roots are digging into the earth even as the sprouts shoot up.
One more breath. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders again, sink up into a tabletop position. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. From here, we'll step the left foot forward. Tuck the toes of the right foot and we'll lift that right leg up. Slightly bring that right foot in a little and we'll take the hands up off the mat, lift the body up. Bring the hands under the hips just for now and just see where your balance is at right now. If having the heel up and the toes being up on the toes of the right foot feels comfortable, you can stay there. If not, you can turn that right foot out and bring the whole of the foot down and then square the hips to the left leg. So you decide whether you want that right foot down or up a little. We want to have a nice big bend in that left leg. You can keep your hands on your hips, or if you like, you can inhale, bring the arms up alongside the head, and either shoulder width apart or palms together, depending on how your shoulders are feeling today. Finding a spot on the wall to focus on. Trying to sink down through the center, having a nice strong bend in that left leg. Really growing up through the waist. Trying not to flare the ribs.
Unfurl like a fern opening.
One more breath here. And bring the hands back down to the waist. And bring the hands back down to the mat or down to some blocks. From here, we're going to bring the weight over the left leg, hop that right foot in a little. And if you like, start to lift that right foot up off the mat. Toes pointing down, hips are square to the mat. You can stay here with the hands on the blocks or down to the floor. Take a few breaths here. One more breath. And then lower that right leg down to meet the left. If they're not already, bring the hands back down to the floor. Folding here for a moment, take a breath. And when you're ready, stepping that left foot back. Bringing that right foot into the center, left toes tucked. When your confidence has found your balance, start lifting the body up. Again, deciding whether you want to have your heel up and balancing on those left toes, or whether you want to bring the whole of that foot down and then squaring the hips to that right leg. Just making adjustments that you need there. Deciding where you want to place your hands, keep them on the hips or bring the arms up alongside the head. Find a spot to focus on the wall.
Root down, reach up.
One more breath. Bring the hands back down to either side of that right leg. Pop that left leg in, bring the weight of the body over top of that right leg. Hands onto the mat or hands onto a block. And then if you wish, start to lift that left leg up. Toes pointing down, hips square to the mat.
Lean towards the light.
One more breath. And then bring that left leg down to meet the right. Folding forward, hinging from the hips. Releasing the body over the legs. Just let the body dangle. Head nice and heavy. Maybe shake the head a couple of times, yes and no. Make sure that it's nice and relaxed. And making sure the weight is even between the heels and the toes. One more breath. Placing the hands down onto the mat, stepping the feet back to the back of the mat, releasing back down onto the front again. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Bring the palms underneath the chin and walk those elbows forward. Making any adjustments that you need with those ribs. And just letting the body relax here, letting the back relax. And if you wish, you can bend through the knees and lift the feet up off the mat. One more breath. And releasing the lower legs if they've been bent. Releasing the hands. And just bring your forehead down to the mat or down to the backs of the hands. Just resting your forehead down. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your back. Grabbing a blanket if you need. Drape that over the body. And just let the arms and the legs roll away from each other to a comfortable distance. Tucking the chin into the chest. Let the neck lengthen along the back of the mat. Finding a spot on the ceiling to focus on. And then softening that gaze on the spot on the ceiling. And closing the eyes when you're ready. With the eyes closed, imagine you can look down through your body, down to your feet. Holding your eyes in that position for 10 seconds. And then suddenly just let the eyes go. And coming back to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, back the throat, down to the lungs. Out of the lungs, back the throat, out through the nose. And slowly deepening and lengthening that breath.
Commit here to practices that will help you tend the garden of intentions you have set. How can you nurture the seeds you've planted?
One more breath. And taking one big deep breath deep down into the lungs. And exhale with a sigh. Inhaling again. Once more. Start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Bring some movement back to the body. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, pause there for a moment. And when you're ready, pressing yourself back up to comfortable seated position. And just pausing to notice how the body is feeling now compared to the beginning of class. Notice the quality of the breath now. And notice how your mind is feeling now. Getting ready to close the practice by chanting 3 Oms. We'll take one inhale to prepare. And exhale. Inhale for Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Bring the palms of the hands together into the chest. Rub the palms of the hands, press the feet of the hands. Once there's enough heat, place them over the eyes, looking into the palms. And now bring them down over the face, cheeks, throat and the neck. Rub the palms again. Flex the hands, fingers and thumbs, wrists and forearms. Place the palms into the chest again. Hare Om Tat Sat.